Now, from Nebraska's trusted news source, this is Channel 8 News at 5.
Coming up tonight, local police are warning about a scam that claims your loved ones are in danger.
Plus, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi announcing today she will step down as party leader next year. But first tonight.
It looks nice. The neighborhood automatically looks newer.
The city of Lincoln announces a new project to help preserve our roads. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. It's called the Pressure Pave Project.
It was given a test run in 2 Lincoln neighborhoods, filling potholes and sealing cracks that were in the asphalt. Channel 8's Matthew Mittleiter has more on how the city is working to improve our streets.
On Thursday, the mayor, along with Lincoln Transportation and Utilities, showed the results of the Pressure Pave project in the Meadow Lane and Fox Hollow Crown Point neighborhoods in East Lincoln. The city says the project, done by the Donaldson Construction Company, fixed several roads in that area for a minimal cost and only took a matter of days.
For the first time this fall, an additional 4 miles of neighborhood streets have improved in just 4 days.
They said Pressure Pave is used on asphalt roads where the level of deterioration is not enough to require a mill and overlay, which is when the top 2 inches of road are stripped away and replaced. The price of a project like that would have cost over $3 million, while Pressure Pave only cost about $550,000.
Pressure Pave enables us to proactively extend the life of our streets at 1/5 the cost of a more in-depth street improvement project, while completing the work in a fraction of the time and resulting in minimal disruption to residents and businesses. This innovation is truly a win-win-win.
I spoke with several residents whose streets were paved, many of whom said it was needed.
I've been here 32 years, and it's the first time there's been that kind of comprehensive attention to the street. I don't get too excited about potholes. I just drive around them and try to ignore them, but I think it's a good project. I think it was well done. I think it was well organized.
Residents said during the project they were told not to drive or park on certain streets, but it was only for a day or even a few hours in some areas.
There was a period of time where we had to go and park on a different street and walk back to our house. The people were helpful and friendly, and it was a minor inconvenience, but the benefit of the new road has been great.
They say this project should be expanded to streets all over the city, especially on some of the rougher roads with more potholes.
It looks nice. The neighborhood automatically looks newer. There's definitely roads that need it more than my road needed it. But as a test run, I thought it went really smoothly.
Reporting in Lincoln, Matthew Mittleiter, Channel 8 News.
And this pressure pave process is supposed to fix the streets for up to 10 years, so the city will be monitoring how it ages.
But with the current success they saw, they'll be doing a second project next summer to help fix more old roads with cracks and potholes. Lincoln police have located a stolen vehicle that was taken Tuesday morning.
The owner of the vehicle left it warming up in the driveway, and when he came back outside, it was gone. LPD spotted the stolen vehicle the next day and tried to stop it, but the driver took off. LSO later located the car at Highway 77 in Van Dorn Street, where they arrested 27-year-old Gabriel Kufalf after a short struggle. And on Wednesday, 37-year-old Victor Gonzalez and 43-year-old Robert Walking Bull were arrested after Lincoln police served a search warrant. During the search, officers allegedly found a loaded handgun in Walking Bull's pocket, both fentanyl and meth, drug paraphernalia, and more. Both men are facing firearm and drug charges. A Nebraska police department is sounding the alarm to make people aware of a scam that's making a resurgence.
In many cases, it's a grandparent who gets an urgent call for help. Channel 8's Veronica Barreto joins us live now with more on how to prevent yourself from falling to the scam. Veronica?
The Grand Island Police Department said virtual kidnapping scams are on the rise. Also known as emergency scams, they usually begin with the caller saying a family member, usually a grandchild, is being held captive. Authorities urge people to stop and question any suspicious call before doing anything that could cost you thousands of dollars. The Better Business Bureau says you should resist the need to act immediately and call family members to confirm.
No matter how dramatic the story is, you should be able to check out the story with other family members, other friends. You shouldn't be forced to make a decision in that moment.
The BBB says people should be careful with what they share online, as scammers are also looking for personal information. Authorities also urge you to notify local police as soon as possible if experiencing these types of scams.
All right, Veronica, thank you. At UNL today, professors, researchers, and others talked about resilience in agriculture.
With seemingly more intense weather patterns in Nebraska, there's a growing need to adapt to the climate and other factors that could inhibit agriculture. CRAWL, the Center for Resilience and Agricultural Working Landscapes, are trying to find ways to prevent a drastic change in landscape, as well as recovering the land once it's changed.
Yeah, drought is a driver of change, as is our other climate and weather change both. And, you know, the normal dynamics in a drought is that recovery is possible, but not always. Sometimes the drought's so severe that it basically changes the landscape productivity and you lose it, and it's something very different. So we're interested in both that recovery and also the possibility of preventing a fundamental change in the landscape to something less desirable.
Craig mentioned the Dust Bowl as an event that drastically changed the landscape of the Midwest, but it also showed that the land can be brought back to something useful. Well, it's the season of giving, and Habitat for Humanity of Lincoln is looking for people to give to their cause.
This next Tuesday is Giving Tuesday, but Habitat for Humanity is calling it Giving Tools Day. They are looking for monetary donations or people to purchase tools on their Amazon wish list so they can provide new tools to volunteers who help build houses.
Well, because we actually build homes for families in need of safe and affordable housing. We have volunteers from throughout the community pitch in and join in and build those homes alongside the families that we work with. So they need tools to get the job done.
If you're donating money or purchasing items from the Amazon wish list, you can visit Habitat for Humanity's Lincoln website. They're also accepting gently used tools. You can drop them off at the Restore location off of 56th and Highway 2. Earlier today, the People's City Mission gave away 500 Thanksgiving meals to those in need.
They're also accepting donations for their upcoming Thanksgiving Day meal, where they serve hundreds of the city's homeless. The mission is looking for frozen turkeys, pies, and ingredients for side dishes.
This is a great thing because everybody needs to celebrate Thanksgiving. You know, we all have something to be thankful for. And this is a great time for all of us, whether we're rich, poor, whatever, to think about our things we can be thankful for.
You can drop off donations at the shelter at 1st and Q Streets or the Help Center near 68th and P. You can also buy a meal for a homeless person on their website, pcmlincoln.org.
And I'm sure Rusty will have more on what he's expecting for Thanksgiving a little later. But in your first forecast, what do you have for us, Rusty?
It's just remaining cold and a few clouds out there, maybe a flurry here and there. It looks like a lot of flurries on the satellite and radar, but most of this not reaching the ground. A pretty dry atmosphere out there, but some clouds, some clear skies, and maybe a snowflake or two. This is Shones Roofing in Beatrice, their camera showing a pretty good looking sunset. And notice there's not a whole lot of cloud cover out there either. It just kind of shows up that way on the satellite. And again, a couple of flurries going to be possible, but temperature wise wasn't too bad. It almost felt warmer out there today than it has in recent memory. It's because we were in the 30s for a good portion of the day. Lower 30s right now in Lincoln and Hebron and Beatrice, 30 degrees in Nebraska City, but some teens just off to the north, and with that gusty northwest wind, look at that in Norfolk, 33 mile per hour sustained wind. So, of course, the wind chill is in the single digits for many spots. Norfolk, O'Neill, Valentine, Chadron, Scottsbluff, all in the single digits, so is Broken Bow. And there is a wind chill advisory for the western portion of the state into the Panhandle. Wind chills are going to get a little on the cold side tonight, especially out west. Hour by hour, actual temperatures will drop into the lower and middle teens, and the wind chill will drop to around 0 by early tomorrow morning. So it is going to be a cold start to the day tomorrow and a chilly day overall, but then we start to turn around a little bit and some warmer temperatures are starting to creep back into the forecast. We'll take a look at that in just a couple of minutes.
All right, thank you, Rusty. In a historic move, Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi announced she will not run for a leadership position next year. This comes just one day after Republicans officially gained control of the House.
ABC's M. Wynn has more on how Democrats are responding to the news.
Marking the end of an era, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, the first woman to hold the gavel, officially stepping down from Democratic leadership come January, but will continue serving representing San Francisco.
For me, the hour's come for a new generation to lead the Democratic caucus that I so deeply respect. Never would I have thought that someday I would go from homemaker to House Speaker.
The 82-year-old highlighting the fragility of American democracy in her remarks.
Many of us here have witnessed its fragility firsthand, tragically, in this chamber. And so democracy must be forever defended from forces that wish it harm.
Her decision prompting a major reshuffling for Democrats as they navigate working with Republicans who have won a narrow majority. Republican leader Kevin McCarthy, who's poised to take the speakership on Fox News.
One-party Democrat rule in Washington is finished.
Now, the stage is set for 2 years of a divided government, with Democrats holding on to the U.S. Senate. GOP members already considering investigations against President Biden's son Hunter, as well as talks of impeachment.
We're not trying to prove Hunter Biden is a bad actor. He is. If anybody wants to disagree with that, then there's nothing we have to talk about. Our investigation is about Joe Biden.
Democratic leader Steny Hoyer also announced he's stepping down from leadership. He's thrown his support behind New York Representative Hakeem Jeffries to head the caucus. Em Nguyen, ABC News, Washington.
Still to come on the news tonight, a new film was featured at an event in Omaha.
It's aiming to raise awareness about the Vietnam War and those who served. We're going to have much more about it right after the break. A special screening of the movie was held in Omaha last night for a special fundraiser.
A new film was featured at an event in Omaha on Wednesday. I was there to see how the film and the memorial being built in Papillion aim to raise awareness for the Vietnam War and those who served.
My goal telling this story was that every Vietnam vet who walked out of the theater would say, that was accurate.
An Academy Award-winning producer, famous for movies like Dumb and Dumber, brought his new film, The Greatest Beer Run Ever, to Omaha Wednesday at an event hosted by the Nebraska Vietnam Veterans Memorial Foundation. The movie tells the story of a veteran upset with the protests in the U.S. during the war, who decides to sneak into Vietnam to deliver beer to his friends serving overseas. Fairley hopes people who were against the war also find it accurate.
We want to honor those who served in Vietnam. They were denied the thank you for your service treatment that later veterans thankfully did receive.
The screening benefits the Nebraska Vietnam Veterans Memorial that is expected to be complete in June of 2023, a symbol of appreciation and remembrance.
This is why you do memorials, so you can remember these people that gave their lives.
And a way to continue education.
The memorial is really important because it tells an important story about a war that was quite unpopular in the end.
Former U.S. Senator and Vietnam veteran Bob Kerrey was at the screening and hopes both the movie and the memorial will allow for more conversation about the war and America during that time.
This memorial recognizes and remembers Nebraskans who fought and died in that war, but it also hopefully will tell a larger story about how we can avoid these kinds of wars in the future.
The memorial aims to honor the 400 Nebraska soldiers who died during the Vietnam War, those who lost their lives in the aftermath, and all who served during that time. The foundation is still looking for donations to help complete the memorial. The movie is available for streaming on Apple TV.
And the movie, The Greatest Beer Run Ever, is based on a true story.
In addition to Bill Murray, the movie also stars Zac Efron and Russell Crowe.
Now, your Storm Alert team forecast with Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins.
So just a heads up, if you're headed to the game on Saturday, it's layers, like 1,000 of them is probably going to be a good idea. 28, 30, and 33. That alone, not bad. I mean, yeah, it's a cold forecast for the middle, getting towards the end of November, but it's this right here, this northwest wind, 15 to 20 to maybe up to 30 miles per hour at time. That's just going to make it a little more miserable. But it's a game. It's a Husker game out and about. So bundle up and we'll enjoy, and hopefully Wisconsin has trouble with the cold. Drought monitor unfortunately has not gotten any better. It's gotten a little worse actually, anywhere from extreme to exceptional from the north central and central into southwestern Nebraska. The darker shades here are the exceptional, and those continue to expand, and we're not alone either. Kansas and Oklahoma seeing a lot of the red for extreme and exceptional drought. So we need some snow or rain or whatever. It doesn't matter. We'll take the moisture. Outside right now, the wind is blowing a little bit in Aurora. Penner Bathing Solutions showing cloudy sky and 27 degrees in Aurora, 28 in York, 28 in Grand Island. A little warmer towards Lincoln and Beatrice at 31, 32 degrees in Hebron, but there's that wind. And it's a pesky wind too. Boy, if you were outside today, you probably noticed it. It's out of the northwest at anywhere from 15 to almost 30 miles per hour. So that makes it feel like 11 in Columbus, one of the colder spots, 17 Wahoo, 19 in Lincoln, and 19 also in Beatrice. So it's just a cold feel to the day. And the wind chill right now from O'Neill to Valentine, Chadron, and Scottsbluff, much colder for the wind chill, and it's expected to drop 15 to maybe 20 degrees below zero. So from Cherry County west into the Panhandle, there's a wind chill advisory in place. Not sure why they didn't include those counties right there. They didn't, but maybe they're going to be just a little bit warmer. Satellite showing just what looks like maybe a few flurries here and there, but a lot of this not really getting to the ground. I think this is a mixture of clouds and clear skies, and Stormcast kind of has that, where it's just a mixture of a little bit of everything as we head through tonight into tomorrow. Then high pressure builds in. Part of the reason it's going to be much colder for north central and western Nebraska is because of that high pressure, so that's why the wind chill advisory is in place. That eventually moves off to the south and east, a cold front right behind it. One more reinforcing shot of cold air as we head into Friday night into Saturday morning. After this goes through, cold day on Saturday, and then we start to warm up. But if it makes you feel any better, this is what a couple of models are saying for snowfall potential. This is western New York, Buffalo, and areas near Erie, anywhere from 18 inches to 50 inches of snow. That's over 4 feet. Whew, that's a lot of snow. Temperatures tonight are going to drop into the single digits for many spots from O'Neill, Broken Bow west. We'll try to hang on to double digits in central and eastern Nebraska, but the wind chill, again, that wind chill advisory off to the west, that's why. But a lot of us going to be at 0 or below early tomorrow morning. So bundle up those kids if they're going to be heading to school tomorrow morning. Tonight, temperatures around 10, 12 degrees, single digits for York, Grand Island, Hastings, and Kearney. We'll say 12 in Lincoln, near 0 for the wind chill. Partly cloudy to mostly clear skies. That northwest wind will give us a wind chill at or below 0 just about everywhere across the state. Highs tomorrow will be in the middle and upper 20s, way below average. A cold start to the day, and then we just won't warm up much. Our average high is 51. We'll be at 27. 33 on Saturday. We start to rebound on Saturday, just don't quite get there. And then 50s, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. That is going to feel like a heat wave. And then as we head towards Thanksgiving, just a small chance of some mixed precipitation. Models aren't too keen on it right now. They were yesterday and not today. So back and forth we go with that chance for precipitation Wednesday and into Thursday, which is something we will be keeping a very, very close eye on since a lot of people will be on the roads.
You bet. All right. Thank you, Rusty. UNL is hosting its annual Corn Bowl Blood Drive alongside the Nebraska Community Blood Bank, a tradition that spans nearly 10 years now.
Helping out is easy, and Channel 8's Danielle Kaiser has more on how you can get involved.
UNL Senior and Innocence Society member Vivian Jacobs says holiday seasons see fewer donations.
This is a time when donations are especially low, so any donations are especially welcome during this time. Specifically, O+ and O- blood is needed, but we are in search of all kinds of bloods.
The need for blood isn't new, and Nebraska Blood Bank has made multiple attempts to increase donors via social media. Jacobs is saying they're looking for students to continue donating even after graduating.
One of their major goals is actually to show students just how easy it is to become lifelong donors, and especially right now during the Thanksgiving season when blood donations are down.
Jacobs says most of the blood donated stays within Nebraska and ultimately helps fellow Nebraskans.
Almost 100% of the blood that is donated stays within Nebraska and goes to local hospitals. It's been a great motivating factor for us to push this event to students and staff and everyone on campus, and also for us to be a part of it both as volunteers and donors.
Again, Danielle Kaiser reporting there for us. Here's a look at Wall Street. Some small dips today. The Dow falling just 7 points and NASDAQ down 39. Here are your numbers. You're watching Channel 8, Nebraska's trusted news source.
Tonight, a potentially
New out-of-this-world image from NASA. This beautiful glow of cosmic chaos was captured by the James Webb Space Telescope. The image shows us what our sun and solar system looked like in their infancy.
You can see the hourglass-shaped cloud of gas and dust. The dark line across the middle is a photoplanetary disk which could begin forming planets soon. The star is pretty young, only about 100,000 years old compared to our sun, which is 4.5 billion years old. Boy, just always fascinating to see that kind of stuff. All right, Rusty, one more check.
Sun doesn't look a day over 4 billion years
Right,
old, so
right.
I mean, looks great. We've got a chance for some light mixed precipitation as we head towards Thanksgiving, but before that we got to get out of this deep freeze, and we'll do that on Sunday with temperatures eventually getting into the 50s Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday.
All right, thank you, Rusty, and thank you all for joining us.
World News is next. We'll see you back here at 6.
With the Channel 8 News mobile app, you'll be the first to know. Get alerts about breaking news and weather, all in the palm of your hand.
DQ chicken strip basket? I want in on that. House-made Hidden Valley Ranch, fries, Texas toast, and DQ chicken strips. Let's get delivery at DQ.com.
Closed captioning on Channel 8 Eyewitness